How's it going, everyone? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another test drive video. Today we are in my restored or resto mod, whichever word you want to call it, 1970 Chevrolet El Camino with a built 327 and an automatic transmission. Right. Alright, so again we have a 70 Chevrolet El Camino. This is a vehicle that I bought from a family out of the West Coast. I believe it was Arizona is where it came from. Extremely solid and a well done El Camino that's had a lot of money put into it. It has a built 327 with aluminum heads. I think they're a Holley aluminum head, aluminum intake as well. This one is topped with the MSD atomic EFI system. I will say the EFI system works great. You got to let the car warm up to get to operating temperature. If you just crank the key and you go drive it without letting it warm up, the EFI system will kind of surge just a little bit, but as soon as it fully warms up, it's an excellent driving car, no mechanical problems. Like a lot of EFI systems, you want to let those cars warm up. This one does appear to be a newer installed system, so it could be self-learning a little bit. You can mess with the controller in the glove box to change some of the settings, but again, once it warms up, you're 100% ready to go. Again, 327 aluminum heads, backed by a 700 R4 overdrive transmission. You have a really nice set of manual four-wheel Willwood disc brakes all the way around, and this one does have drilled and slotted rotors with an upgraded 6-piston front caliper on it, so it stops awesome. You do have power steering with an upgraded reservoir. And then you have full aftermarket suspension. We'll dive into that a little bit further in the video. And then you have aftermarket vintage AC. That AC is super nice and cold, so tons of mechanical upgrades. Pretty much everything you'd want to do to one, it's been done, and just an excellent driving truck or car, whatever you want to call it. On the interior, this was originally a 770 saddle interior. Now it's this really nice blue. You have this aftermarket floor shifter, full aftermarket odometer gauges, aftermarket tilt column, comfort grip steering wheel, aftermarket Sony stereo with aftermarket speakers, just all kinds of aftermarket good stuff done to it. Really, really nice interior, shows great. You got kick panel speakers down low, got the AC vents underneath the dash there, and then you have the one on the far left here, and then you have the two in the dash right there. So the AC in here works great. Behind the seat, you do have a spare. You have this removable center console. Headliner's nice, visors are nice. Just a very nice interior front to back. Carpet looks good. Mats are also really clean. You do have an aftermarket trans temp gauge underneath the dash, and then your standard gauge set, speedo tach, oil pressure, temperature, fuel gauge, and then voltage over here on the left. Very, very nice sorted interior. You do also have aftermarket over-the-shoulder seat belts, so that's always a nice addition as well, instead of just the lap belts. Aftermarket gas pedal. You have a Bluetooth mounted speaker under the dash. We'll get in the throttle here a little bit, test out the 327. Very strong running car. That was 80, 85 right there. Again, strong running small block. I love the aluminum heads on it. No weird vibrations. Very, very tight out on the open road. Full aftermarket dual exhaust. Sounds great. When you're in the throttle, you hear it. Right now we're just cruising. Not too terribly loud. The underneath is extremely solid. Floors are great. Frame rails are awesome. Zero issues on the underneath. Inside the bed has a really nice wood bed kit over the original bed floor, so if you wanted to take that out, you could, but I think it looks nice. Exterior of the car was originally code 55, which is a champagne gold metallic. Cosmetics show great. Some smaller little imperfections in the paint, but it does represent very nice. In my additional informations tab on the website, pcclassiccars.com, it's going to outline photos of all the little flaws. It also have photos of the wheels and tires. You got really nice Nitto tires on it, polished torque thrust style wheels, trim, bumpers, all that looks really good. Couple small little imperfections, just minor stuff, but it does represent very, very well front to back on the cosmetics. Those brakes stop this thing really nice. All of your glass appears to be in great shape. It's manual windows, manual locks. Windows roll up and down like they should. Windshield looks great. Back glass is very clean with no issues of any kind. And then on your suspension, again, you have a full Hotchkiss setup front and rear. Great quality stuff. The road feel is excellent. Obviously, it's lowered a little bit. You get that tough, aggressive look. Very, very tight from the steering, as you can see. Suspension has an awesome tight feel to it. Downshifts really well. That 700 is set up really nice. I don't have much experience with the MSD Atomic EFI. If I'm gonna do one, I usually like the Holley Sniper EFI or the Holley Terminator X for programming purposes. I do think this MSD setup is still currently learning a little bit. So it's gonna take a little bit more time to probably iron it out or do some programming on the little handheld. I'll show it to y'all here. So the little handheld is in the glove box there. Again, nothing wrong with it. They're self-learning systems. The more you use them, the better they are. You'll just see your RPMs just kind of bounce just a little bit when you get in the throttle. And then again, when it's cold, it kind of wants to move up and down on the idle a little bit. But just some little learning things there with the EFI, but we'll get in it here a little bit more. Fun car to drive. Plenty of power. Again, that 700 set up really well. I believe this one did have a 12 bolt behind it. Decent highway gear because we were cruising at 80 before and it wasn't wrapped out. Road feels very comfortable inside the car here. Driving position is very, very just stock style. But you do have this tilt wheel, so if you are a little shorter or you are a little bit taller, you can get comfortable. I think the odometer gauges look great with the overall kind of resto mod style vibe of the car. Usually I like factory gauges, but this one looks custom and really cool. Kind of, again, goes with the rest of the kind of the vibe of the car inside and out. You're reading 4,729 miles. Seat foam feels good. I actually do like the little aftermarket console here. It's fun to, it's comfortable to put your arm on and just kind of hold the shifter here. If I didn't mention it before, the two items that I have listed as not working are your reverse lights and then the washer fluid sprayers. Everything else is shown to work on this one. You do have an aftermarket key fob here. It is manual windows, manual locks. You can do it manually, but if you want to lock the doors, you have a electric addition to both doors, so it locks and unlocks the doors, which is pretty cool. All right, we'll roll out here. We'll keep it in first gear here, and we'll pull out, and we'll just kind of get on it a little bit more. Then we'll shut it down at 80 again. Great El Camino, a lot of money been spent on the mechanicals, very nice cosmetics. Love the fact that it's a 70. That's going to be your pinnacle year, at least for me, when it comes to an El Camino or a Chevelle. And I love the color combo, the white with the blue and then the blue interior. I just think it looks really, really cool. As always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drives. Make sure you check out that virtual description video along with the additional informations tab. Both are posted on my website, pcclassiccars.com. And I'll catch you guys on the next video and hope you have a great weekend. Sounds good.